Hello, fantasy people,
I'm the rookie.
and I'm the pro. And today we're going to be covering mock drafts to give you an idea of what drafting looks like if you're new to this whole thing. And we're going to do maybe about 7 to 10 picks and cover just some of the players that we'll be looking at to kind of help introduce Adam to the players and everything. And if you've been doing this for a while, you can hang around, see what you think of the picks we make, and let us know in the comments.
Definitely. So let me go ahead and share my screen here real quick. I've got Yahoo Fantasy pulled up here. And so honestly, I have not really done much exploring in this. So you're going to have to walk me through where I need to go to start doing a mock draft.
Yeah, no problem. So thankfully, it's pretty easy. You can get to it from like the generic Yahoo Fantasy Football page, or like we're starting with from our Fantasy League page, where normally that's where I'd have my bookmark at. If you're on the app, you'll be able to find it under the draft tab. So if you click, your team that you've joined, and you hit draft, you can click on mock drafts, as we're doing here on the web, and you'll also be able to draft on your phone and do mock drafts on your phone through the app as well.
Alrighty. So am I going to go ahead and do it from the draft tab
go
here?
ahead.
And then
Hit
select
that
mock drafts?
Yep.
Alrighty. Alrighty. And then do I just go ahead and launch draft app?
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
Alrighty, let's do that.
And I just say that in this instance just because I don't know if this is going to be an 8, 10, 12, or 14.
Oh wow, I think we've just been thrown straight into it. Okay, I don't know what to do here. What's going on?
I have to share a different tab or something because I just see like
Oh,
it locked up on mock draft.
It did open up in a different tab.
And that will happen. You will have pop-ups.
Okay, yeah. So I think it threw me into a brand new. It threw me right into it. See, I don't know what I'm looking at here.
Okay.
And
all right, so we got 20 seconds here. I'm gonna tell you, just select Justin Jefferson. Fourth one down on the players.
hit draft.
Yep, hit draft. Draft hit. All right, sweet. So, all right, so this is gonna go a little bit faster than normal. They only give you 30 seconds to make a pick, whereas in your actual drafts, typically you get about a minute and everything.
Okay.
So I'm very partial to Justin Jefferson. That's been my boy since he's gotten into the league and everything. Bijan Robinson, the running back, would have been another high pick for me. So let's see here. We got a 10-team mock draft and everything. Trying to see where we're sitting here. So we're drafting 4th overall, which really isn't a bad spot to be this year. I've really liked drafting between 2 and 4 for the most part. 5 isn't too bad. I'm not a big fan of drafting at the end of the first round. This year, some years, like year to year, it always changes. So for me, top 4 picks, definitely where I want to be. So we kind of getting thrown into that pick works out great. Got a really good wide receiver. Now what we're going to be kind of looking for is a running back.
Okay.
So running backs are not plentiful when it comes to like bell cows. A lot of it's running back by committee. We kind of covered that before in our our player list and everything. So it's
So
tough because
I
I
think the
only
biggest
see
question
like
I have
4
here,
players at a time to kind of see.
yeah,
Okay, so this is what I like about Yahoo. Yahoo will give you a line and it'll show you like where your next pick is, like in who they think um would be.
okay. What am I gonna do
All
here?
right, so like I said, like
Um,
ideally um we'd like to find a running back. So right now your running
we've
backs are
got.
Kyron Williams and Isaiah Pacheco. Um Unfortunately, I'm not too high on them. I'm gonna say go with Devonte Adams at wide receiver. Third one down.
Oh, I lost it.
Yeah, it'll auto draft.
Yeah,
And
K
then
Williams, I think is
yeah.
what it gave me for auto for running back.
Um
So I think it's giving me another turn to go. Um, Travis Kelsey
while we're here, grab Josh Allen, the quarterback. Third round really isn't bad.
already.
Yep.
Let's get
Yeah,
him.
this is like speed round for you right now because like trying to
This
trying
is
to explain stuff is really hard when so yeah, so what you're seeing, like the scout suggestions, that's just what they're like suggesting. The players down below are
okay.
listed in order, so you can change them based on how they're ranked, like the X rank, the rank, their average draft position, bye week, player points. A lot
Oh,
of
there
times,
it is. We can scroll down a little bit here.
yeah. So you don't want to go too far down because you're only looking for like your next couple picks, right? Um,
Right.
okay, so who did we auto draft? Let's go over to your team in this middle here. Okay, so we got Kyron Williams, not terrible. If you notice,
I think that's the only
yeah,
person we I think that's the only person we actually auto draft.
yeah. Well, like I said, we ran out of time and everything. So Kyron
Yeah.
Williams, not terrible. Um, the big thing is like he's got a week 6 bye and Justin Jefferson's got a week 6 bye. So now you're gonna have to replace 2 starting players that week. Um, it's not the worst thing in the world. You try to avoid doing 3 or 4, just because then that week is gonna be a really tough week to get through, depending on who you have on your bench and everything. So um, I always try to space out my bye weeks and get players with different bye weeks slotted in, but I will not
Mm-hmm.
I will not sacrifice a good player just so I can get a different bye week. Um, all right,
Alrighty.
so
What do we want to do here?
who?
So I can see we have different. So we don't have to choose for its per position. It looks like we can choose what position we want to go with.
Yeah.
Um,
Select back to all players real quick because I wanted to see if Josh Jacobs was still there. With 30 seconds, we don't have as much. We already got our. Oh, I don't even know what you have it set on. Devonta Smith, not terribly high on him. I can't remember if he was even on the. Um, if he was on that top, I think he might have been like 22nd in that top 25. I mean, at this point, just click Mark Andrews up in that top corner on the. Yeah, that'll be good tight end and everything. That satisfies our tight end need. Definitely not even remotely going the way I would have done it. But
this is yeah. So let's see here.
see, you're like way down here. So like, look, you haven't even made your 6th pick, and you're already down at players in pick 13, right? Like, so you're not trying to like overdraft players, like draft them way before they normally get picked.
Mhm.
So scroll all the way back up. Do the top of the player list there. Is that at the very top?
Yep.
Okay. So, well, these guys are going so fast. So the little star, the blue star by the side of their names and everything, you can click that and
Mhm.
that'll add it to your queue. Your queue is right above where your team is. And
Okay.
so what that does is you can queue players that you're looking at drafting and everything, and you can order and rearrange them in a priority for yourself. But
Okay.
like if you do auto draft, it'll automatically draft somebody from that queue first before it just takes somebody from the list. So if you have
Okay.
people in the queue and then we end up auto drafting, it'll auto draft whoever's at the top of the queue. Once your queue is empty, there's nothing left and everything. So
So let's see here. What do we want to do
slide
here?
over, slide that thing all the way over back to the left
Down.
there. There we go. All right, so for who we have, go ahead take David Montgomery, the running back. Just click on his name right here.
Alrighty.
Okay, so you're going based off of that draft scout suggestions. What I want you to do is start clicking names out of the actual list below.
Okay.
Because that just
We've got another one.
yeah.
To draft.
So we got the bulk of. Let's see here. Yeah, we just filled our second one, so we can go with another one. Hit James Conner with Arizona. Yep, and then draft him. There we go. So we got a pretty decent stable of running backs, which is really nice. We got 3 pretty solid running backs. Now, what I would be looking at. No, go back over to players because now you're looking at other teams that have drafted. And then leave that bar scrolled all the way over to the left. Because
Okay.
unless you're trying to look at stats, that's all that's over there. There's no reason to be.
That's where the scroll is.
To scroll down.
I have to go. Yeah. It's over on this side of the.
Oh,
That's why I keep
because
doing that so that I can scroll down.
So you can't just sit there and scroll like I can on a Mac.
Oh, I can actually. I
Um,
don't know why I wasn't able to do it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. What are we looking at here?
I'd want another wide receiver. I don't trust Rashee Rice at all. Even though he's going into year 2. Select Deontay Johnson.
Nailed it.
And we're gonna get another one in short order. Go ahead and take Calvin Ridley with Tennessee.
Alrighty. A lot of people are auto drafting, which is just speeding things by.
Well, yeah, and that's what I told you is rarely do people actually play these things because you can do a bunch of mock drafts and in the end it's like how people actually draft is completely different.
Oh yeah, I
It's
can
insane.
imagine.
That's but that unfortunately that's why I end up having 9 or 10 fantasy football leagues because I'll just hit the instant draft and so I draft and then I'll see how people are actually drafting players and everything. And then I wind up with a bunch of teams to manage.
Alrighty, what are we looking for now? We've got I don't know what the K is. Defense.
Oh, so K's kicker.
Kicker.
Yep.
Okay. So kicker, defense. What is the BN?
Bench. That's just bench players. So the bench
Okay.
players means that you can add any player there. kicker and defense,
Okay.
I usually leave to like much later rounds. We'll just take whoever they give us there. Miami, they gave us Miami for defense. Not
Alrighty.
terrible.
So we should be
Man,
looking for kicker here.
no, well, if
I
you
think.
wanted to, what I do personally is I
Yeah.
stock up on good position players that I'm gonna need, and I'll take a kicker later on because I'll just
Okay.
I'll just end up streaming a player for a kicker. I'll just figure out who's doing good that
Oh,
year,
it's gonna auto
grab
draft.
somebody.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, so you missed a couple picks and everything. It'll automatically put you on auto draft. You can just click
Oh,
that disable
gave
auto
me a
draft.
kicker. Okay.
Yeah, so um, what happens is with your starting bench, it'll draft your entire starting bench for you. Normally before it starts going deep into your like building your actual bench. So if you want to use a high pick on a kicker and a defense, you can. But if you value building depth on a bench, then normally you use kicker and defense as your last two picks.
Okay. And who do we want to? What kind of position do we want to look for our
So
bench
let's
now?
look at
'Cause
our
I think that's
bench.
the only thing that's
Like who
left.
do we have on our bench right now?
C. Ridley, a running wide receiver,
And
and D.
so
Johnson, wide
you
receiver.
got two wide receivers. Now you want to look for a running back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So got 17 seconds left. Who's the first running back? Austin Eckler. I really don't want him. Oh,
Chase Brown.
yeah, grab Chase Brown.
Alrighty.
Did that auto draft?
Did it? Yeah, it auto drafted quarterback.
Oh, Caleb
I was
Williams.
very.
All
It was a
right.
little too slow.
Oh, and Chase Brown's gone.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Gus Edwards, maybe.
No, because he's not going to be a starter. Really don't have much time for
Yeah.
anything. Heck,
Yeah, I'm just gonna pick him.
yeah. So he's recovering from a torn ACL and everything. Sometimes they'll actually be able, like, they'll give you what's going on with him and stuff. But there is a lot of upside to Jonathan Brooks over there in Carolina. They do expect him, once he's healthy, to kind of make a play for the starting running back position just because of how good he was in college. All right.
Alrighty.
So we said 7 to 10 picks, and we're on pick
I guess we're going through the
14
whole
because
thing.
this is just, speed dating for picks here and everything. I promise you, when you're doing a live draft and everything, it goes so much slower than that. But this is also,
I very much hope so. I'm just gonna pick him.
yeah. So Jordan Addison's the Vikings' number 2 wide receiver. He's great to
Nice.
have if
I've got
Justin
one more.
Jefferson.
I've got a few wide receivers, a quarterback, a running back.
So for the
I'm
time
gonna go
hit,
with another running back.
go to the all players drop downs. Drop that down, select a running back, and then you'll have all running backs. Since that's what we're kind of looking for, if we can get
We're gonna
there.
do him.
Take Jerome Ford.
Done.
Okay. Look
That's what I
at
got.
that. Nick Chubb, I have been drafting him in leagues, even though he's still recovering. He's not going to be ready for week 1. I've just been drafting him to stash in some of my leagues and everything where I can get him, because he is, like a top 5 running back, honestly. But Jerome Ford's not bad. He's the number 1 running back in Cleveland right now, so he's going to be the bell cow.
Do I do anything now, or
No, so draft is complete and everything. You'll get, I want to say you'll get an email normally, and then
okay.
that's all she wrote. give you
Can
like
I
a
go ahead
little
and close this window out?
analysis. Absolutely.
Wow, that was that was quite something. I can tell you what. I definitely I had no idea what we were doing going into it, but I think definitely by the end, I was starting to really get comfortable with that. So that was definitely some good prep for when a real draft happens. And obviously, that's not going to be exactly how it really goes, but yeah. So if you guys want to see any more videos like this with the two of us, basically just kind of me learning how to do any of the fantasy football stuff, you guys can go ahead and subscribe. If you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit the like button, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.